friends, it's Margot. I am back with another video. Today I thought we could do an art stuff haul. And I say stuff, not because that's a technical term, but because it's really just a bunch of stuff. It's not just art supplies, it's not just books, it's a little bit of everything. And I wanted to share it with you because these are things that inspire me, and I'm hoping that they will inspire you, either just by looking at them here on YouTube, or you could just get out there in the real world, go to some thrift stores, get on eBay, get on Etsy, and find some of these goodies for yourself. So grab a cup of tea, because there's quite a bit of stuff here. I've got my tea here as well. And let's go ahead and dive right in, starting with what I picked up at our local thrift store. Now, I am on the hunt, or I have been on the hunt, for vintage playing cards. And look at these. So these are actual vintage playing cards. They're quite small. Like, I'm used to the larger sized ones. I don't know if maybe back in the day they were made little, or if there's like a purpose for that. But look at the artwork on the back of these. Like, this is so MCM, 70s. This gives me like 50s vibes. I just thought, look at this. Like, these are beautiful. So I am obviously not going to destroy the art on the backs of these. Like, look at that. I just thought that these might be fun little ephemera pieces to put in some of my art journals. Maybe tuck them into a greeting card. I don't know, just something kind of fun. But because the backs of these were so pretty and I don't want to ruin them, I did pick up this pack of really old playing cards because the backs are just kind of and they're kind of worn through, they're kind of dirty. These I don't really have a problem getting crazy with, using Mod Podge paper and just making these all cute. So these I think I got for like $1 at the thrift store, and I'm gonna have fun using these to make ephemera. Now, I also hit up the magazine section at the thrift store, picked up quite a few things. This one I particularly, can't talk, really liked, we'll just say really instead, because look, there's a whole section dedicated to dogs. And these are going to be fantastic focal points for my art journals. I mean, come on. So just that alone, this section here makes it worth the, what was it, 50 cents I paid? Look at the face. And then there's, of course, like maps I can use for backgrounds. Lots of other kind of cool photos that I think might be neat to use in my art journal. So I grabbed this one. This is from 2012, so not like vintage, but still a cool find. This is 2025, so pretty recent. But again, really kind of funky photos that I think would look really cool in my dopamine art journals. And I say dopamine because those journals are bright colors. They're just crazy with texture, pattern. Look at him. Really interesting, different visual pieces that I like to put in there. So I thought that this might be a fun thing to flip through and find ephemera. Next up, I picked up this old saxophone music sheet book. And if you junk journal, you already know what I'm going to do with this. Backgrounds, little ephemera pieces, belly bands, and it's already got that old worn look on the paper, like little diagrams. So this is just really cool. I think this was, oh, there's some writing on there. I'm not mad at that. I like that. I think, like I said, this was 75 cents or something crazy. But then what was really cool is tucked in on the inside. Oh, here's the cover. It was this. Now this, to me, I don't think that this is a part of that book. This looks like it's from the 20s, just given this Art Deco style of art here and the font. Like, this is absolutely beautiful. And this came with it too. Like, this, I think, was the insert. Like, look at this paper. It is just crispy and old and beautiful with little notes on it. So this, I don't really want to destroy. I might use this for something where I don't get crazy with Mod Podge and layering, just because pieces like this have energy behind them and they just feel magical and special to me, and I don't want to ruin that. Like this came with it too. Look at this. So I might just tuck this alone in the back of a journal, insert like a pocket, again, a belly band. Just really cool. Here's some, I think somebody actually did this themselves. Like this looks hand written. Again, old paper. Like, look at this. Anyway, I could geek out about that all day. So I picked that up. Here is another one. This is, again, saxophone. Just some old paper, some old ads that are kind of cool and fun. I think that might make fun ephemera, like that red font. Now this, hopefully it's fitting into the camera frame. This feels very important to me. Like, I think this came out after the assassination of JFK. I might actually keep this for my own personal collection just because I love history. I love learning. You guys know that. And I might just spend some time going through this on my own and add this to my own personal collection. But even though I'm not going to use this for ephemera or for my art journals, I'm still going to take inspiration from this with kind of those muted color palettes. I love doing black and white, like monochromatic journals. So even just flipping through this and looking at the pictures, I will take quite a bit of inspiration from this. So I thought that was kind of a cool find. Is that all I got from the thrift? Let me see. Nope, there's a couple more things here. Some doilies. Can always use doilies. I like to distress those babies and put them in my junk journals. So this was good. I did not pay $2.50, even though that's not a bad price. I think I paid $1 or so. I also found these two really cute old books. They're pretty much beat to heck, but the illustrations are fun. Again, that really old kind of style. I want to say this is like 40s or 50s. And I don't know, just to have, maybe I'll use this for something, like maybe take the art and create a journal or repurpose this book itself. These are just really cute illustrations. Like, I love vintage illustrations because the line work is so free and the colors are just kind of muted and very saturated. So I just love this. This is going to go in my personal collection. Look, as well. Like, look at that. Look at the detail, but it's not like intense detail. It's just little scribbles to give you the idea that these are little fuzzy owlets. So love that. Okay. Thrift store. And oh, one more thing, you guys. This is this a Rolodex? I don't think it's a Rolodex, but it's just like a little index card holder thing. Here's the cards. This looks pretty old. I want to say 80s, maybe 90s. And so I like to do really quick, fast art projects. This seems like a really good thing to do on days where I'm like mentally and creatively blocked. It's like, oh, let's just go here, pull out a card, throw some paper on it, some paint, maybe some fun quotes. And then I can just kind of have a little file system to go through and look back through old projects to get ideas from. And yeah, I thought that that was kind of a fun find. This box isn't very pretty, but maybe we can do something about that too. So that was the last thing I got from the thrift store. Next up is Amazon. Now, a lot of you know that I illustrate full time. And while I love illustrating, it is my full-time job. And when I'm doing my art journals and all my kind of crafty projects, sometimes I just really don't feel like drawing and busting out the watercolor, the pencils, the pens, and all that. So when I'm just trying to loosen up and get into that state of creative flow, I use stamps. Fast, easy, fun, and why not? So I got some archival ink from Ranger. This is permanent, it is waterproof, and I like this brand and this type of ink because you can go over it with Mod Podge or matte medium or some kind of water-based material, and it won't pull it up. It'll keep it nice and fresh, just a nice clean line. So I always recommend using something like this, the archival inks, for your stamps. And then for stamps, of course, I had to get like the nifty 50s vintage girls, little faces. They've got their cute little hair, Love that for probably my old Hollywood journal that I will show you guys in another video, my Starlet journal. These are stamps with postcards. Pretty fun for making ephemera. Again, could I draw these? Sure. Do I want to? No. So we'll just stamp. Who cares? This was a pack featuring flowers, I believe, flowers and herbs. So these are roses. We've got, looks like the herbs and peppers, spices, some garden themed stamps. These are fun. It's like different ferns. And again, if I were to go in and draw these, because I'm so like nitpicky, it would take me forever because I'd have to get like the veins of the leaf in there and have it going the right direction. This will just free me up because it's like, boom, stamp it, done. Don't have to think about it. This is just some more flowers and then some sayings. So if I ever wanted to get into making greeting cards, I've got those. Some more botanicals. That's a pretty blossom there. More botanicals. Yeah, this was actually a really big set. I want to say it came with like all these and then 2 stamp pads, like the, where is it? The little blocks. I don't know where I put them, but like oh, right here. The blocks that you use, it came with those too. So it was a good value. I'll let you know how they work. I mean, they're stamps. What could go wrong? This was like a witchy pack because, you know, it's on brand. So you've got all the different moon phases, some herbs, some leaves. I cannot tell you what that says, but I'm sure it's really cool. Some more just botanicals, but look, ladybugs and beetles. A bee. Are you kidding me? Fantastic. And then just some sayings. I will probably never use these, but that's okay. You never know. Maybe I'll give these to a friend to use who actually makes greeting cards. So that is my big stamp pad and stamp haul from Amazon. Now, this isn't super exciting, but I just needed to get some more tacky glue. And I saw that they came out with this shape of bottle. Normally, it's like the traditional bottle that you see where you have to like turn it upside down and squeeze it, kind of like a ketchup or a mustard bottle. So this is cool that it sits like this, and it's got a nice kind of smaller point to it so you can get smaller dabs of glue. And this is going to be used in my art journals and my junk journals, mainly for adhering ribbons and fabric and things like that. So I've always been a big fan of the tacky glue. So I got that. This one is not super exciting, but this is my all-time favorite glue stick, the purple glue stick. I use these so much, like it's kind of crazy. I should probably just do like subscribe and save, you know, that thing that Amazon does, and just have them come to the house every week because these are a staple. Now, I do want to share some of the products that I have in my store. This is not an advertisement, even though it is, kind of. But my intention is to show you some things that I made because, well, I needed them. I was looking for more ephemera papers to put into my art journals, and I wanted some really vintage kind of retro style things. So I've got these are the I can't think, sorry, brain fart. The department store receipts. Hi, okay, I'll wake up soon. Yeah, so these are the department store receipts. You could just write little things on here, some notes, you could journal on there, or cover it up and put some layers of like tickets. Let me see, I've got like this here, some rose borders, just lots of different cute things you could do with that. So these are up in the shop. I've got the diner receipts. This might be my favorite actually. A lot of room to write, a lot of room to do different stuff. You could paint on these. And yes, by the way, so these are coffee dyed, and these are on the 24-pound weight paper that I use for my traditional larger size coffee dyed papers. These do great with matte medium. They do great with Mod Podge. It will not smear. You can beat these babies up and they are strong. They will hold fast for you. So we've got that one. This one is like an old school paper that you used to have in school, like a college ruled, I guess you could say. And I don't know if you can see on camera, but there are little holes here, like it was designed to look like it's like a 3-ring binder kind of paper. So we've got that. Just a traditional grid because, you know, good bread and butter piece to have in your ephemera paper collection. And then this is my tulip set, and I actually illustrated all of these. There's a bunch of different designs of tulips that you can choose from, different colors, and some have grids, some have lines on the background, but just a really nice soft kind of cottagecore kit to have for junk journals, art journals, or even just writing letters, you know, very versatile. So all these are up in my shop. I'll link below. And then last but not least, okay, don't make fun of me. I'm pretty sure that this and the next thing I'm going to show you are for kids. I don't care. I'm not really an art supply snob. I kind of used to be, like when I first started making videos and getting into art, like I had to have all the name brand stuff. I'm kind of over that now. If something is fun, it works, it lays color down, and it achieves the result that I want, who cares who makes it? Who cares the price? And also, the way that things cost lately, I'm all about saving money. So anyway, these are oil pastels, and look how many you get. These are so pretty. Like, of course I go to the turquoise. They're a nice size. Like, some of them are so big and chunky, and that's fine depending on what project you're doing. But if you just want to do like outlines or frame some kind of focal piece on your art journal just to give it like a little border, some kind of scratchy lines, I just thought these were so fun. And I love having all these different color options available. So got those on Amazon. Again, not very expensive. I think it was like when they were having their sale. And that always gets me when I see things are on sale. I'm like, oh, I need that. It's got those. And these I know for sure are for little kids. These are actually tempera paint sticks, 36 colors. And I don't remember the creator who shared these on her YouTube channel, but I guess these are kind of going a little bit viral since she posted that video because they're really good. I guess they're very opaque. Come on, open. Let's do this. They're very opaque and they just lay down very smooth, very buttery, and it's a good chunky size. So if you want to do some background, some patterns, some textures, like these look so fun. And I might actually do a swatching video for you with these together so we can see how they hold up. So yeah, these are little tempera paint sticks. Again, 36 different colors. Like, look at this pink. Woo! So those are going to be fun to play with. Let's see. Is that it? I mean, that's kind of a lot. No. I've got some books for you. Okay. And a map. Forgot to add this. I did find a map at the thrift store, and I just think that this is cute for a background in my junk journal. There's the Oregon coast, some vintage maps, vintage photos, some scenery. That's going to be cute. But anyway, back to this. Hi, ADHD. Little tiny reference books. Are you kidding me? I find these at antique stores, thrift stores, eBay, and they are just the cutest little reference books that I use for inspiration, for ideas of different ephemera that I can do. This one obviously is just all about fish, but because it is that vintage style of illustration, which is very similar to what I do, it's just so fun to look through and also to read the little snippets about it. So got this one on fish, got this one on birds. These are, I'm assuming, North American birds. Really cool. Look at that. Illustrations. Whoops. You can tell the book is really old. I think it's actually missing some pages. Birds. I won't flip through this because I know a lot of people don't love spiders. I do, so I did get that one. And then this is just another bird book with game birds. Really fun. Got those. Didn't pay too much for them either. And then I love patterns. I love to play with patterns in my art journal. I use patterns to border a lot of my products, like my greeting cards and my recipe cards, as most of you know. So these are in a different language, obviously. Can't read them, but really nice visuals to get ideas and to see different color combinations. And also to kind of explore what different cultures do for art. Like, look at this. This is beautiful. And one thing I want to do is a journal dedicated to vintage, like plateware, china, dishware, things like that. And this reminds me of the kind of styles that you see with like transferware, the stuff that they put on plates, just that kind of like ornate design, like this color here. This reminds me almost of like Italian pottery or Italian plates that you can find. So yeah, this is just a book on different patterns. Kind of fun. And then here's another one I found. And this is almost more like folk art to me, but I just love how simple these designs are. They're simple, but they're effective. Like, there's not a lot of fuss that goes into them, but they're powerful. Like, look at this. Fonts. And also for just like color palette ideas, inspiration, you get the drift. Yeah, so that was kind of a fun find too. All right, is that it? That is it. Well, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my new little goodies. I hope to start using them in some upcoming videos. Many of you know that I have been out of the YouTube game for quite a while, so please bear with me as I get back into the groove of things. Everything has changed in the last 6 years, from like the editing software to the cameras to pretty much everything. And in some ways it is much easier to make videos, but there's also a big learning curve. So I'm in that curve right now. And I appreciate your patience and for sticking with me as I get back into the groove of things. So again, thanks for being here. Don't forget to art today, and I will see you in the next one.